Yo, what happens to, first of all, I remember specifically there being talk that Kendrick and Kanye have like an album's worth of unreleased songs together.
Right, that Madlib beats.
Have you heard these songs?
Yeah, it was over Madlib beats.
How? So there's like an album's worth of Kendrick, Kanye songs over Madlib production.
Yeah.
What happens to this music and what's it sound like? Like, how great is that? That sounds fucking like a Grammy.
I mean, I just think it just needed to be structured. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the idea and the ideas that were, I heard the whole thing. Yeah, it was there. It's there.
It's crazy.
It's there.
Yeah.
I mean, just like, he worked with Dre. I went to Dre crib, and we cooked up. Shout out to Dr. Dre. We had a amazing time just being with Dr. Dre. As for me, it was just like, yo, this is the motherfucker who made Deep Cover when you was in high school. And I don't fan out, but that shit had me like, yo.
Yeah.
And even when Dre, I was writing with him and he asked me to vocal something, this was when I was sick though. So I didn't really maximize it because I was like just diagnosed with lupus, but I flew out just on the strength, and I shouldn't have been even in California at the time.
Right.
That was, the pandemic was at the height and shit. Everybody was catching COVID like the cooties.
For sure.
And shit. And, but I still came because it was like one of those once in a lifetime bucket list things or whatever. But yeah, so there's a lot of music that's...
There's just so much music I feel like that's in the air that we'll probably never hear. But there was supposed to be Cruel Winter.
Right.
I'd heard one record off of there that was kind of like a Mercy Part 2. It was called
it's TurboGrafx.
It was called Trash Bags. Lifted produced it.
Might have been.
They're talking about making it rain so much they had to bring trash bags out. It was like the same lineup as Mercy.
Right.
But that was Now I always just wonder because like you hear like and you'll see Ye get in with people and you'll be like, well, whatever happened to that? Like
right. I mean, it's the course of creativity.
I'm curious, like for you, man, like being a dad and managing your son, and he's been rapping since he was how old now? And how old is he now?
He's been rapping for 10 years. He just turned 13.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What has that been like for you? Like, and what are kind of like the difficulties of trying to break an artist that's your son? Also an artist that's a child.
Right.
Quite literally.
I mean, it's more that than the son part. The son part is an advantage because he's my son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever is invested is the automatic ROI just for spending time with my son, if nothing else, right? But I mean, obviously there was the phase of he's cute and we respect what you're doing, but do we really look at him like his own artist?
Right.
Then it gets to a spot where it becomes where his peer group looks at him as an artist, which was always the intent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you really want other kids to consume the music.
Right. I mean, but it started because he's my son. The first available platform is next to me, right? And so, the first time he kind of had spun out on a viral tip was when he rapped over Cop Shot the Kids, ironically.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, Puff posted it. You know what I mean? Revolt aired it. You know what I mean? And Pusha tweeted it out. Kanye tweeted it out. And eventually Kim Kardashian had plugged him with Nicki, and then he got the Dream About Nicki video put on Nicki page, and that had 3 million views on IG.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Which now we're not. Now this becomes beyond him being my son, and it becomes he's Caden, the crown holder. You know what I'm saying? And then so, which is great, but we play a game where you only as good as your last game. You know what I'm saying? And so, maybe sometimes the difficult thing has been, and we're in a sweet spot now, but there's the growing pains of hot and cold and going back to the lab, and well, I did this, isn't that enough? It is, because you're enough, but in this game that we play, it's never enough.
It's never enough.
You know what I mean? And that's the game that we play.
Especially because I feel like for his demographic, like he almost has to shoot shots in the algorithm all the time.
Right.
You know?
100%. And so that's why I said we in a sweet spot where that's coming together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to continue to build. And, you know, like we got a collab album coming right after my new album called On the 192. And then next year he'll be putting out his official debut album.
Dope.
You know what I mean? So, you know, the plan is in place and things are coming together. And so it's been well worth the journey. It's the greatest joy of my life. He's my son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's dope, man. So he's on your album too, like you said.
Right.
What's the name of the new album? Yours?
Nice doing business with you.
Nice doing business with you. Next Friday.
Next Friday.
The 27th.
The 27th yeah.
Of September. How, and you know
that's when we go into the check cashing place.
I love it.